Hello, my name is Robert Larson. I'm the owner of the Larson Law Office in Mesa, Arizona. I focus primarily on family law and estate planning. And today I want to talk about non-modifiable spousal maintenance. So I've talked about spousal maintenance before. That's basically where someone has to pay an ex-spouse a sum of money every month for a period of time after a divorce. So let's say, for example, maybe a husband has to pay his ex-wife $1,000 a month for 10 years. So that would be spousal maintenance. And in some states that might be called alimony. So typically, when you have an order from your divorce decree that says you have to pay spousal maintenance, it can be modified in the future. So if your circumstances change, you could possibly have a change in your spousal maintenance. So for example, if someone's income increases or decreases, or maybe their expenses increase or decrease, you can go back to court and ask to increase the spousal maintenance or decrease it or even terminate it. So that increase could be a higher monthly payment, or it could be extended for more than 10 years, or if it's a decrease, it could be a smaller monthly payment, or it could the duration of for the payment period could be become less. So for example, it could be less than 10 years, or it could even be terminated early. Just depends on the circumstances that have occurred. So that's a right that you have under Arizona law, is that you can always go back to court, and if the circumstances are different, then you can ask the court to modify or even terminate the spousal maintenance obligation. So non-modifiable spousal maintenance takes you out of that option. So it basically means whatever the court orders for spousal maintenance is permanent, and it cannot be changed under any circumstances. Now, the good news about that is the court does not have the authority to do that against your will. So a judge can't order spousal maintenance and order it to be non-modifiable unless you agree to that. So both sides have to agree that it's going to be non-modifiable in the future. And I would really caution anyone against doing that. If you're the person receiving it, that might be in your favor. So maybe you'd have a good reason to do that. But if you're the one who's paying it, I've seen situations where that's really come back to haunt them. And so I've seen situations where people have had a really solid income and it's really consistent, and they felt comfortable with making spousal maintenance non-modifiable. And I even saw a situation once, and fortunately I wasn't involved in the original decree, but I was involved later on, where somebody had agreed to do non-modifiable spousal maintenance for life. And so it was a monthly payment that was obligated to be paid for the rest of the person's life. And the person's circumstances changed significantly at some point. And in that situation, the law does not let you out of it. Just because you can't make the payments doesn't mean the law excuses it. So I would really caution against agreeing to that. There may be circumstances where that might be a good decision to make, but you definitely want to consult with an attorney and want to do that very carefully if you're ever going to agree to non-modifiable spousal maintenance. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to give my office a call. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Or if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll try my best to answer. And if you found this information helpful, subscribe to the channel. That way you get videos in the future. And don't forget to like the video and let me know what you think.